Hello there everybody and welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 first look video. You join us as we take a look of the JustTrains class 86/2 here at Carlisle, and we're going to be heading all the way down to Preston in this lovely intercity colours. And we've also got a named one, we've got Vesta. They've got some funny names, the 86s, like I've seen Vesta, I saw another one on one of the pictures, Planet. But we got Vesta for this one. But there it is in all of its. I mean, look at that! What a stunner! Let's get the train set up. I assume it's the normal sort of setup, as in master key reverser. Let's get the safety systems on. Here's the sort of motor area, and you've got the toilet as well for you toilet enthusiasts out there. DSD, again, very similar to the 87 in terms of sort of setup. I mean, this is the sort of motor room, and you can walk through to the other cab. All quite similar. Through here. Get that shut. We get the headlights on. Let's have a look. Headlights, there we go. Again, we are in the new place, so there might be a bit of reverb on the mic still. Marker lights, but that shouldn't last too long. Get the brakes off. Well, I'll pop the LOCO brake on, just to hold us in position. Master key on. AWS. See, a very similar setup to that of the 87. There we go. Cool. And just awaiting time now. Set that to forward. Actually, no, we'll wait until we get the signal first. Let's have a look. It's a bit nice. Spawns you at the back. There we go. There it is on all of its glory. Still got the flickery roof at Carlisle. And have we got the new buffet car as well? What's in here? It's probably a bit noisy, isn't it? Turn it down a bit. Yeah, there is a new buffet car. I don't know if we've got it on this one though. Because it's the class 86/2 with the Mark II something. Ah, here we go. Yeah, look at that. There's the buffet in there. And it's actually open, it's not all closed off like in previous DLCs. Got your sandwiches and chocolate there. Could do a bit of chocolate. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's new as part of this DLC, the buffet. Right, let's get the door shut. So that's forward. And let's do the guard buzzer. Right, I think we're all good to go. Again, I assume it will drive the same or similar to that of the 87. Let's get going. So 15 miles an hour out of here. The next station is Preston. Well, that makes things easy. I will do HUDless on this run. I haven't driven this route in quite some time, but we should be alright. It's all good fun. It's a beautiful route as well, very beautiful. If this is your first time seeing this route, strap in. It's beautiful. Just don't play it too much because all of the journeys are like 1 hour plus, or most of them, the exciting ones. As we make our way out of Carlisle. Cool. And one noticeable difference that of the 87 straight off the bat is this: you've got 3 windows instead of the 2 big windows. So yeah, one of the fairly noticeable differences. There's another one coming in. Look at that. I mean, what looks cooler, the 86 or the 87? They both just look cool. That's a long old one as well. Look at that. Slithering its way into Carlisle. Apply a little bit of power. We get that. Yeah, the DLC sets the class 86, and hang on, I shall find the name of it. Where's our blimmin' server? I'm finding, yeah, it's like class 86 and Mark II RB coaches or something. Mark II F coaches. That's the one. Yeah, class 86 and Mark II F coaches. Oh, I'm thinking, what's our top speed on this run? It might be 100, because I think this is meant to be a cross-country service. As this one's down to, yeah, Paintons. This is a cross-country service, so I think the top speed on those is 100, because you've got Mark 1s on here somewhere. Yeah, I've got a feeling our top speed's 100. Yeah. I've got a feeling it is. Bit slow out of Carlisle. In fact, we are going a bit slower than what we need to do, but there is a neutral section coming up here. So let's just pop it down again. Here's the neutral section. Cool. And yeah, thanks to Dovetail for giving us the key to show this off. You can hear the power's gone. Psh. Should come back on in a second. There it gets back on now. The little line light there. So I'll wait for that to boot back up and then we'll go full whack. Right, there we go. Successfully through the neutral section. As we speed up. Again, I'm looking at the little gauges there. Make sure it doesn't go into red. If it goes into red, not good. Cool. Again, hopefully audio's coming out okay. Again, there might be a bit of reverb on the mic. I am in the new place, so it's still like empty around me. Well, at least in front of me, so the sound's just bouncing off the walls at the moment. Cool. Yeah, I think our max speed is 100. I remember the cross-country services do have some sort of top speed to them, and I've got a feeling it's 100. Whereas the normal services can go up to, was it 110? Well, there's an 08 doing a bit of shunting there. I'll show you the timetable and scenarios at the end as well, so you can see what you're getting with the DLC. I think it's still 75 at this point. Nice, let's get a flyby shot. Probably get a flyby shot, then end up missing a speedboard. Quite funny, you can sort of see right through the middle cab window into like the little cab door, the little circle window. Let's get back in. Don't want to miss any speedboards. We probably will end up going a bit slower than the limit on here. In fact, let's have a cheeky look at the HUD to see. I want to see if it's 100, if it limits us. Well, at the moment that's saying 90 on there, but I'd imagine that probably just is the speed limit. So when we get to a board which is 110, we'll take a look again. And see, this one may be limited. Nice. Now we'll get a flyby shot. Let's go ahead a bit. Nice. I think there's new sounds as well for the coaches. Well, it sounds quite different. Different to that of usual. JT Estates for sale. Yeah, long old journey this will be. It's about 1 hour 15 minutes down to Preston, going right through the Lake District. Still one of the most impressive UK routes though. And we get to do it in the 86 now. So lovely. Let's run the notches down a bit. Going about 90 now. That will do. In fact, what if 90 is the top for this particular service? Again, it's been so long since I've been on this route. and done one of these cross-country services. Maybe it's 90. Again, we'll have a cheeky look when we see a 100. There's an 85, which we're going 80 at the moment, so that's alright. As we veer our way round. Next station along is Penrith. Bit of a windy bit, this bit. Cool. Climbing all the way up to Shap. I'm trying to think of all the speed limits on here. See, this bit here between Carlisle and Penrith I'm always dodgy with. After that I feel like I'm better. 105, right. If we quickly check the HUD, it will then tell us what our max speed will be. Maybe it is 90. 100. Okay. So yeah, speed limit's 105, but it's limiting us to what looks to be 100. Or is it? No, it's a little bit more than that actually. Because I think it more depends if you've got Mark 1s. Which maybe we don't. Let's have a look again. Pretty cool there. Yeah, that front one's a Mark 1. Pretty certain. Sort of the baggage car. Although saying that, I feel like the baggage car on here is equipped to go at a higher speed than the usual Mark 1. Let's have a look now. No, it is 100. That must be 100. It's keeping us at 100. Yeah, so 100's the top speed then for the cross-country service. We found out eventually. Again, we are showcasing the Class 86, which is out now. No, hang on. It's not out now. It's out tomorrow. I always forget this one comes out early. Yeah, it's out tomorrow on consoles, 10 AM BST. Epic Games is about 4 PM BST. And Steam is about 6 PM BST. And it will cost you... Let me have a look at the... Where's the article for this? All this TSW6 stuff is in the way. £19.99. So make of that what you will. But again, it is JustTrains. It's a high quality product because it's JustTrains. So yeah, what do you think? And you get the coaches as well. It's not just the LOCO. Yeah, you do get the Mark IIF coaches, which I believe we do have behind us, as I believe. Yeah, Mark IIF. And it's got the new coaches as well. So coaches and the LOCO for £19.99. And it's also for all platforms as well. Not just, you know, because I know some of the DLCs recently have only been for current gen consoles and PC. This one's for all platforms, so PS4 and Xbox One. So it won't be too much further to Penrith. That's about 20 minutes out of Carlisle. And I think through there it comes down to about 80. Again, it's been so blimmin' long since we've done this route. There may be a little bit of speeding involved. Right, let's just run it down a bit. I feel like there's a speed drop coming up. Potentially. This is cool though. Get your windows there if you want to pop that down. Absolutely storming along at the moment. let's run it up again. So I'm thinking there's a speed drop somewhere, but maybe we've already been through that section. There's a section on here where it's like 80 or 85. But I always get mixed up. It's either between here and Penrith or Penrith to Oxenholme. Or to Shap, Hardendale, that area. This is not my best route to do Hudless, because it's so blimmin' long. And we don't do it that often. But it's fun to do. I was saying that, our max speed actually is 100 miles an hour. So scrap all of what I said before. Yeah, our top speed is only 100 on this. Interesting. I'm sure some of you were commenting below saying, well, the max speed's 100 anyway. But yeah, max speed is 100. So that's, yeah, lower than the 87, which is what, 110? Oh, there we go, now we know. So I didn't look at any of the preview streams or anything like that. Literally just when it comes to the first look, it is generally a first look. So 100, yeah, 100 is the top speed then. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a cross-country service or not, because it's 100 anyway. I mean, it's the 1980s. This route's set in 1986. You probably could get up to 110 in this train, and no one's going to blink an eye. But we'll be good. We'll be good. The game will know that we've gone over 100. Cool. Yeah, Penrith can't be too much further away. My marker for Penrith is there's like we go around like a curve, and there's like a some sort of farm crossing on that corner. And that's when I know I'm coming up to Penrith. But I don't think we've been over that yet. And there's also a neutral section as well before Penrith. Also gives it away. I think that corner is coming up quite soon. Right, let's run it down and just coast it. Yeah, this is the West Coast Main Line Over Shap. And on top of that, you've now, well, you will tomorrow get the Class 86 plus the Mark IIF coaches, £19.99. Yeah, here's the crossing here. Yeah, foot crossing / farm crossing. So we should get the neutral section warning board fairly soon. And then we'll start coming down to, I think it's 80. There's the warning board for the neutral section. See, I remember some things on here. I thought we'd get a nice shot through Penrith as well. Yeah, ideally we should be non-stop all of the way to Preston. Which is quite sort of... You have to concentrate quite a bit on this route. You know, non-stop for almost 80 miles. Well, it is more than 80 miles. It's probably near enough 90 miles. As TSW measures distance if you were like a bird going from literally in a straight line, whereas we're sort of wiggly. So it probably is 90 odd miles. There's the 80. Let's get a nice flyby shot. We'll probably end up missing some sort of speedboard. Brilliant. Right, back in quickly. That's all the textures load in again. And the next station is a very long way away. The next stop's Oxenholme, which is, yeah, a long way off. You've still got Hardendale. These are basically just like sidings. You've got Hardendale, Shap, T-Bay. There's another one before Oxenholme, and then Oxenholme. Grey Rigs or something? Grey Rigs. Still 80 as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen any other speedboard yet. $95, there we go. Oh, the line light's not come back on, so that we haven't got the L and the train heat there. So it looks like somehow it tripped over that neutral section. So if we click that, that now comes back. That's the it's the top left button. That's the reset button for the pantograph. Up to 100. So we should start seeing that running up now. And you can hear the motors kicking in. Slowly speeds up. There's a little sticker on the windows down there. Type 3. Looks like it says Type 3. You've got your Bardic as well, which you can turn on. There is an interactable for it. You can turn that on. There's the Bardic lamp. But we're like all over the place here. Cool. Over the motorway. Nice. So somewhere along here it's 85. It's either 80 or 85 it comes down to. And that's like where you go round and then you come out near Hardendale, I think. And at Hardendale it comes down to 90. Or goes up to 90. Again, if you have made it this far in the video, thanks all for staying in. This is our first look of the Class 86 with the Mark IIF coaches in tow. Cool. Let's pop that down a bit. Got about 90 at the moment. And it's all uphill here. It's uphill all the way up to Shap Summit, and then from there we then drop down a bit. Cool. And yeah, just enjoy the scenery off the route, because it's lovely, and it basically gets better as we go, because we're still heading into the Lake District at the moment. Penrith is sort of the gateway, so it's only going to get more hillier and more greener and more rural. Oh, and I think that low limit is coming up. So let's put that down. So we're going into the forest now. I'm pretty certain that low limit starts somewhere here. There you go, 80. Which then brings us round the corner, and then we're not too far off Hardendale then. And I think it then goes up to 90, or comes down to 90 from that point. And we will be late on this run. On some runs, it's quite a tight sort of schedule. Like you literally have to be going max speed the whole way. I think the last one I did on this route, I was about 6 minutes late into the end station, and that was one of those non-stop ones as well. (86.221) Vesta. Kill the power. What does everyone think of our new setup though? Again, it's like empty on the other side of my screens, hence the reverb on the mic as the sound just sort of bounces backwards and forth. But yeah, hopefully it looks cool. I've got a lot more posters up on the wall. Also, one other little thing about the 86, the tape on the throttle and reverser is, well, red. Just one of those little things. Let me get the article up, as we're not really doing much. Let's have a look at the article again for the train. I'm loading that out whilst trying to watch out for any speed boards. That was a speed board there. Can't remember which that is. That 105? I'm finding the article for this train, which was released a little while ago. Actually, but where is it? I've got this new 4K monitor. It's literally huge. Let's see. Where's the article for the 87? I'll find it somewhere. 87. That was a while back. Where is it? Generally can't find the article for it. Have a look again in a second. Because I know there was an article like a month ago saying it was coming soon. So we thought, probably 2 weeks away, then it was a bit longer. Oh dear. Through we go, not too far off Hardendale. Again, you get the 80, there's Hardendale there. Again, you get the class 86/2 with the Mark IIF coaches, which are behind us, as we've seen, with the buffet car as well. It's not all closed off either. So the speed, comes down to 90 at Hardendale. And then from there it's up to Shap, which is the summit of the route. And we're still not even halfway yet. Hang on, train, why are you not running up? Got power. They go slowly. Yeah, so there is a 90 board along here. It's another speed limit which I can remember quite well. Where are you? There's a speed board up there. It's this is the old stencil board, so they're really blooming hard to see. Especially at speed, at 90. Yeah, not too far up to the Shap summit, which is coming up. Which is the top of the route. Cool. and then from here on out we then start going downhill for a bit. So we sort of got to get the brakes ready. There's a little Shap Summit sign. So get a little shot of the train. It is a beauty. If we can get a nice shot of it. Look at that for a LOCO. Nice. And 105, so for us 100. There he goes. Cool. And then this one takes us down to T-Bay, and at T-Bay the city then gradually comes down. It's like, was it 100, then 90, then 80 or 85? It sort of gradually comes down. But then after Oxenholme, after that station, it then basically goes up to 100, over 100 most of the way. Apart from going through Lancaster where the speed comes down. It's quite hard to actually see the speed. Let's move that, there you go, move that to that position. Cool. Yeah, look at the vast openness now. Yeah, welcome to the Lake District. Again, if you haven't seen this route, if this is your first time seeing this route, I'm jealous. Yeah, the first time you see it, it's like, wow, is this TSW or is this some other game? But this is JustTrains. JustTrains are known for high quality products. I mean, when they first started, the routes were a bit pants, but you know, now, or recent TSC releases, TSW, fantastic. Like old JT was, yeah, not the best stuff. But now, you know, things are completely different. So we're coming down to T-Bay, where you've got a motorway service station, and also the motorway down here as well. Cool. Yeah, here's the motorway, and here's T-Bay, and we've also got the neutral section coming up as well. So let's drop any power we've got. Let it roll. Yeah, this is T-Bay sidings here. And the speed does come down shortly after this, but I think it's to 100. Or was it 90? There's the neutral sections. Let's wait until we go through that. Hopefully the line light will come back on. Is it going to come back on or not? Weirdly not, the line light hasn't come back on. Not sure why, we haven't got any power going, so it shouldn't have tripped. Well, we'll do the panto reset button. And then we go uphill a bit now. Yeah, look at this though. It's always fun playing this route. And again, in the 86 now. Let's get another shot. As we climb our way up. Cool. On this early afternoon service. But yeah, once we're south of Oxenholme, that's where the speed starts going up. So we'll be like 100 all of the way, apart from through Lancaster. Right, I think there's a speed drop on this corner. Yeah, I can see the speed board. And that one is 90. Okay, so it's a little bit further past T-Bay. Get a little bit of power, and it's quite steep here, as you can see. You can really sort of see the gradient going up. I mean, imagine steam trains running along here. That must be quite a battle to get up the hill. Then in an electric train, no problem at all. There's an 87. Yeah, next time we see an 87, I'll try and pause the game, or go in photo mode, so then you can see the differences. There's the 80. Probably I got about 80 and a half past that. So you have the old railway line which goes off here to I can't remember where it was, but there's an old line that goes off there. Kirkby Stephen or something? Kirkby Stephen? Kirkby Stephen? Yeah, there you go, that's the old viaduct there. That goes off there. And then there's another sidings up here. I think is it Grey Riggs siding? It might be Grey Riggs siding. And then we then sort of follow along the top of the sort of the edge of the valley, and then down below we see Kendal on the Windermere branch. And once we sort of were past that, that's when we're coming up to Oxenholme. Which the Windermere branch actually is, the track is all there on this route, it's just not modelled. So I'm hoping at some point there is some sort of extension to Windermere, which can see happening because the track's already there. Like you'll see AI trains going to Windermere on the tracks with no scenery. Let's have a look now, look. There's the Windermere branch here. It's all there. All of the stations have services. It's all there, ready to go. Cool. A little bit of breakage. Cool. So yeah, we should see Kendal fairly soon, down below in the valley. Should be coming up. But again, I'll say again, thanks all for coming in. We are showing off the class 86/2 from JustTrains for the first time. Comes out tomorrow, £19.99. It's the LOCO and the Mark 2F coaches. Yeah, comes out tomorrow. 10 AM consoles, BS, all in BS British Summer Time. 4 PM Epic Games, 6 PM on Steam. Again, make of it what you will with the price, but again, it is JustTrains, so it's good quality, or excellent quality. Still 85. And we know when we're coming out to Oxenholme because there was also a neutral section. And after Oxenholme we can chill out a bit. Yeah, it's just 100 for literally most of the way. This is sort of the exciting part of the route, or scenic part of the route. Once you get below Oxenholme, it becomes more straight and flat. So let's see if I can see Kendall down there. There's the 90. Oxenholme's quite an easy station to miss if you're stopping there. It's on a bit of a blind corner if you're coming on the up, and if you're coming on the down, you get a bit more notice of it. But yeah, it's more of a trickier station to stop at, I'd say. And after Oxenholme, you've got Carnforth station. There's Kendall down there on the right. Quite a big old place. So that's your sort of marker that, you know, we're coming up to Oxenholme, which is still a couple of miles down here. Must have been like proper exhilarating driving one of these 86s on, or just any train driving it on this route, back when it was LOCO hauled. I mean, in a 390 it's probably pretty simple, but you know, when they had LOCO hauled trains on here, it must have been like proper edge of your seat stuff. Whereas in the Pendo, set the speed set, off you go. I don't know, does anyone drive this route in real life? What's it like with modern traction? Here it is, here's Oxenholme. Again, it sort of comes out at you pretty quickly. There's the warning for the neutral section, or after the station, so not really much of a marker for it. And yeah, from here it's quite straightforward now. There's the 100. And we won't bother speeding up yet because of the neutral section. Cool. There's the neutral section. Here the power's just gone out. Well, I think we've got the line light back. And we'll naturally speed up to 100. And you've got, there's a level crossing on here as well. I can't remember what it's called. It's not too much further after Carnforth. I can't remember what it's been called now. But there's a crossing which sort of looks out. It's where you, one of the times where the route actually does go up to the west coast. And you look out over the Irish Sea. I can't remember what it's called though. My mind's gone blank on what that crossing's called. Someone in the comments will know, or in the chat will know. Once we go over that crossing, we're not too far off Lancaster, as you then get the Morecambe branch going off. That is there. Photo mode quickly. There you go. So that's the 87. You see two big windows. You've got the headlights on there, the high intensity lamp, and then here is the 86, which doesn't have a high intensity headlight. And has the tri window at the front as well. So yeah, see a bit of a difference there. Oh, not the best camera angle to go in. There's a train just. DSD. There you go, so we're sort of coming out of the hills now, or coming off the hills. But it's been 46 minutes. I can't remember how long the service said it would take. Was it 1 hour 13 minutes, or 1 hour 4 minutes? One of those two, probably 1 hour 13. But again, once we get to the end, we'll take a look at what you can do with the train. Because it's all well and good showing the train, but this could be the only service there is. So we'll come out and we'll take a look, see journey mode, scenarios, etc. Just going to apply a teeny tiny bit of power, just to get us up to 100. Maximise our speed. Cool. And now we just sit back and relax, literally. Hands off the controller. I'll put one of my fingers on Q for the DSD. We shouldn't trickle over 100 that easily. Easy. We'll get a flyby shot actually. Quite a nice one. Cool. Not too far to Carnforth there. Yes. It's a race against time, this video. I've got something happening soon, so hopefully we are at Preston soon enough. I always find when I'm on these first look videos, there's always something which I've then got to do like straight after. It's like, whoa. Timings are always tight. Cool. DSD. Come on, Carnforth, hurry up, where are you? And that's where you get the line off to, I think, is it Leeds? Sort of the back way to Leeds. Again, thanks to Dovetail for giving us the key to show it off. There isn't really too much to talk about now. It's been, what, 50 minutes? We've been past the scenic bit. Now this is just flying down to Preston, which generally it's quite straight now. It's fairly straightforward. Sort of the engaging part of the route is is over. But it's still engaging, but the bit where we have to concentrate is sort of over. I'll concentrate fully. Oh, hello. Or maybe not. Double yellow, really? We might actually have to stop. That's unexpected. Usually it's just straight through on here. That's probably something maybe coming off at Carlisle. It's slightly dodgy signalling if the signaler's put a stopper ahead of us. Or just any train ahead of us. Unless we're running really late. I reckon we're running alright time-wise. Yeah, Carlisle isn't that far off, he says again, 5 minutes after we last said it's not too far off. Single yellow. Wow, we actually, I kind of, typical in it, as soon as I say, oh, there's not really much to do now, we don't have to concentrate as much. Double yellow, literally like 20 seconds after. Well, we are following something, because that's gone up to a double yellow now. So we'll stay at 50. Probably it will be something which has come up off of Carlisle. So probably a 101 or a pacer. Which will be going, what, 70, 75 miles an hour? So we just stick at this speed for now. Well, this is Carlisle, again double yellow. So we'll stay at 50. I can't believe that though. This is, as I say, we don't have to concentrate as much now. Yellows. It's like, really? There's your Royal Mail depot there. Your Carlisle on the right. So from here we're not too far off Lancaster, which is probably where that service we're following will terminate. I don't think really any of them continue down to Preston if you've come off at Carlisle. Well, it gives us a little chance to look at the Mark II F coaches. And with the buffet car. Get your sandwiches and whatever in there. Signal sections are fairly long on here. Hopefully we'll give that train a bit of time to get ahead of us. So we're now approaching the west coast, the actual west coast. Coming out, so there's a level crossing there. Still yellow up ahead. Come on, go green. If it flicks to green, that would be really nice. But I bet it'll be mean and it won't flick to green. Double yellow though, I mean, I'll take that. Go on, go green. If it goes green, we can speed up. If not, we'll just stay at about 45 now. There you go, green, right, let's speed up. get the power flowing through the motors again. There we go. I bet next signal double yellow. Oh no, green. Good. Okay, that's good. Not this level. There's another one. Can't remember what it's called though. But it's where the West Coast main line actually meets the West Coast. It's got a signal box and everything. I think you can see the sea over there. Yeah. It may have even been a service going to Morecambe. Some of them come down from Carnforth and then go off to Morecambe. So it could have been one of those. Which the signallers put ahead of us. Maybe as we are running a bit late. Yeah, it's green now, so it may have been something going down to Morecambe. Here's that crossing. I don't know what it's called, but here we go. And there's the West Coast. So from this point out, we're not too far off Lancaster. And then from there, it's about, what, 10-15 minutes down to Preston? And I think it's is it 75 or 80 through Lancaster? Yeah, 75 or 80 for it. Here's the neutral section. The power's gone out and come straight back on. Good. Don't know why at was it T-Bay where the power went out but didn't come back on, even though we were power off. But it's worked this time. Was it 70? We'll come down to I think 70. Don't think it gets any lower than that. Yeah, ESD. Cool. You might notice a slight pause here. Bear with me, everybody. Nope, nothing yet. It's quite good because on OBS you can literally pause the recording, whereas I think on Streamlabs I had to like end it every time I had to go off. Whereas on OBS I literally just click pause and it pauses whilst it's recording, which is quite smart. So I could literally pause it, go away for an hour, come back, and literally you wouldn't know. Yeah, Lancaster's approaching, so I'm down to about 65 now, just to be on the safe side. So we should be going on the through lines. Got 95 there, maybe it's 95. That must come down more than that. Surely it comes down further. Or maybe generally it's 95 through here. So this is one of the big stations on the route. 75. There we go. So this is Lancaster. One of the bigger stops on the route. And get out the other side and this is back up to 100. Cool. speed will go up shortly as well. There's another 86. And 110. So for us, 100. Cool. Just quickly messaging on the phone whilst driving here. At 85 at the moment, so yeah, from here it's about 15 minutes or so to Preston, and then we'll look up what scenarios and services you get. But it's been 1 hour now. As I said, it's a long old journey and non-stop as well. Which is quite cool in a way to think you can do that on TSW, a 1 hour non-stop journey, 90 odd miles. It's quite cool, isn't it? I think that's quite cool to think you can do that in the game. There we go, 100 top speed. Cool, let's drop that. Yeah, this is the easy part of the route. But we might have a slight pause here in a second. Hang on, I'll try and do it at the same time. Oh, DSD going off. Right, there we go, as we continue our way south. I was very close there. That was the PS5 was about to put itself in rest mode. So it's still 100 here. As we fly our way down. Just trying to find if there's any more interactables we can play about. In fact, I'm going to quickly turn on the HUD just so we can see if there's any interactables. So you got the driver to guard call button, window, phone there, you can't use that, probably to communicate with the guard. Anti-slip brake, horn here, and use the other, no. Wipers, so you got all your sort of buttons and stuff here, pantographs, train heat on and off. All of your indicators, heating, bardic tips you can turn on. So over there, DSD holdover, so that's if you say out the window and you don't want the DSD to go off, you just hold that down. That seems to be, oh, and you can adjust the seat as well. You can do that for both, for the cab driver's seat as well. Corridor lights as well. Got your track circuit operating clip up there. Yeah, cool. I know. So I'll tell you, if you've got West Coast Mail and Over Shap, this route is, well, this train is almost like one of those must-haves. So it sort of completes the collection of electric locos. I mean, I know there's like the Class 85 and other electric locos, but the 86 and the 87, what were the primary locos? Or if you're not really too fussed about getting it straight away, I mean, soon enough it will be on sale. And you pick it up then. Oh, what's everyone's thoughts on the loco so far? Now it's been over an hour. What do you think? Like it? Not going to bother with it? Or you just think that's a bit like the 87? I don't really need it for now. What do you reckon? I personally think this isn't going to be like a really popular DLC. Oh, hang on, let's put that down a bit. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a really, really popular one, but I don't think it's going to be a really, unpopular DLC. If that makes sense. It's sort of more, like, it's not like a Class 700. It's the 86, backdated in the 80s. The audience is, I suppose, slightly smaller. But I still do hope this loco does well. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do like really well, because yeah, it's backdated, old, which obviously doesn't do as well. Again, hopefully it still does well. So obviously the better it does, the more JT can do in future. And so I wonder what JustTrains will do next. Now we've got the 86 and the 87, we've got West Coast Mainland Over Shap, Blackpool branches. Would be nice, and I think they are going to do it. I think they are going to update Blackpool branches to include the 86 and the 87 as AI. Yeah, I wonder what they'll do next for TSW. Will they go modern, or will they stick with the 80s theme? Yeah, what are they going to do next? Or maybe are they going to expand off of this route? I mean, the Windermere branch, maybe that will be a DLC. Will they expand off sort of this network they're doing in the northwest? Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see where they go next. So I don't think there's anything else on the roadmap now for JustTrains. I don't think so. Right, whack the speed up a little. Neutral section coming out. I want to say we're not too far off Preston, but I think I'll say that and it will still be like 10 miles. But I'd say we're probably closer to Preston now than to Lancaster. But yeah, 1 hour, 7 minutes. Yeah, it's a long old run on here. Hence the reason why we don't come on this route too much, because the runs are so long. I mean, the freight runs on here are 2 hours. I mean, there are some little services, but they're like to Morecambe, Lancaster, which is like 10 minutes. And then some services which are just, hang on, did we did, didn't we? Silly me. I was powering up for a neutral section. Losing the concentration. Right, let's do that. I will reset it. That'll be the fuse blown. That's a good point now. What would actually happen in real life if you powered up for a neutral section? It would probably blow the fuse, wouldn't it? Or would it literally just, well, reset and you just put the reset button and off you go again? Because basically what's happening is you're taking the power and it just breaks suddenly. All of a sudden just breaks, there's no power. So it's like, oh, what's going on, and breaks the circuit. That's why you've got to sort of drop the power down in the first place. So you're not really drawing any power as such. So you got a bus service. What's that on the departure board? I can see there, Keswick bus. Brilliant. Avanti West Coast run a bus service. Wow. It's Keswick or Keswick. Come on, Preston. We're waiting for you. And yeah, once we're there, we'll quickly load out, see what you can do with the train, and then that will be it. And it'll be a case of testing the Wi-Fi to see how fast it uploads this video. Let's get one last flyby shot. Cool. She's waiting, that's waiting to get to Preston. It's like, come on. that part of the journey where it's like this has been a while now. But it's good fun. Good fun. I'll probably bring up the HUD and it will say Preston 20 miles away now. It's like, oh. Right, now we are. There's a, I think there's a 75. There's a speedboard along here, 95 maybe. And we then sort of curl around into Preston, and then we're finally there. It's a long old run. As I hope we're bloody almost there. Come on, hurry up. Take too long now. It goes on and on, endlessly. Maybe not, no. There's the motorway again. I think that's like the ring, or sort of, well, goes down on the north side of Preston. I wonder if we are running on time or are we late? Because we've been almost at the speed limit most of the way. Well, no, this is it, I'm pretty certain. So there's a speedboard along here. It's like a little speedboard in the middle of the track. Yeah, there it is there, I think. Is it like 95? Yeah, 95. And there's the spire there. So we're coming into Preston. We've done it. So down to what, 35? It drops quite considerably. There's an 80. Cool. Welcome to Preston. So another lovely station here as well, double yellow. So whether it comes down to 25 for us. I think it will come down to 25 if we're going across the points, which we shouldn't be going across the points, which should just be straight in. What a beauty though in the intercity colours. Gorgeous looking LOCO. There's the 35. There's another service, another 86 making its way north. Beginning out the long journey. And platform 4. So I don't think we'll be coming across the points, or will we? No, the points aren't set. Well, this is Preston. Let's not spad now. That would be quite a dramatic end to the video, wouldn't it? Spadding at Preston. Nice and steady. But yeah, you wouldn't have any sort of TPWS on this, so. There we go, a full run of the West Coast Mainline Over Shap in the 86, which comes out tomorrow. Brakes are actually pretty decent on this. There we are, this is Preston. And we are, what time are we due here? 6 minutes late, basically. Seems to be the usual for me on this route. There you go, first station in basically 90 miles. It's a long old trek, but always a fun trek. So once the loading instruction is over, come on, toilet there. See how we did. That's already not too bad. Literally only 1 moment the speed in there, and I can't remember. That was on. I think that was for the 80. That was 90 miles. That's literally perfect. Right, return to timetable. Let's see what you can do in the 86, and then we are done. This has been very long. 1 hour 16 minutes. Once it loads us out, which will take about another 1 hour 16 minutes. Come on, hurry up. Once it loads us out, come on. And there's lots of different variants of the 86 as well. You grow so impatient when you wait for it to load out. It's like, hurry up. You're loading the menu. Right, so 86, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different variants of it. So this is the intercity one, or services for the intercity one. Let's go to the blue one. Same, I think it's the same actually. Yes, I think they all share the same services, looks like it. So mostly does the cross-country services, basically it does the slower services, as it's 100 miles an hour top speed. So 36 services. Scenario-wise, you get, so I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenarios. And for journey mode, I assume there's a journey mode. You get 4 chapters. There we go. Well, that is going to be everybody for our first look of the Class 86 with the Mark IIF coaches. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. Links to usual places, Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our affiliate link for UK departure boards with the 5% off coupon. Apart from that, have a lovely rest of your day. This again does release tomorrow, 10 AM consoles, 4 PM Epic Games, 6 PM Steam in BST. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.